Okay, we're here on day 2. Last night my camera did run out of battery power. I decided to continue working. I can show you what I did last night, not a whole lot. Basically I was working on folding the edges down and putting that wire in there to help support it. But I don't think the hood has as much support as I think it needs. I anticipated it being a little flimsy, which is why I bought that wire to install around the rim in the first place, but I don't think that's going to be enough. So I wanted to provide some type of supporting mechanism for it. And I was out watering my tomatoes and I have these cages. I thought, well, I wonder if I could build a cage of that type, just as a supporting structure that the shield or the range thing you can just set on. I thought, well, look, why don't I try to figure out how to actually use the tomato cages? So I bought 2. I have a couple of ideas. So I bought 2 cages. The idea I have is, oops, I killed myself, is to cut along the rings, open them up, flatten these out, and then where there's a space between these, I can fill it in with some of the stuff I'm going to get over here. So I will show you more what I mean as we get into it, but I think this will do a pretty good job. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really just has to be a skeleton upon which the hood can rest, and then of course I will wire them together. And I don't have a welder, so it was a little taxing to try to figure out, like, when I want to put 2 of these wires together, how do I get that to happen in a way that it doesn't come apart. The good news is the weight will be pushed down, so I'm worried about compression. I don't need to worry about it coming apart. So all I need to do is to find a way to take these 2 wires, put them together in a way that they can't move past each other. So I bought this little piece of copper pipe. This is actually an ice maker supply line, so it's very thin copper. And I'm just going to make little sleeves out of this, put the ends in there. It's small enough where they can't move across each other, so they'll just butt up against each other and be trapped within the circumference of the pipe. I'll cramp it down with a pair of pliers just so that it doesn't, you know, slide around. And I'm thinking that might do the job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to build the cage along the outside of my hood, and then I will take the hood away, put the cage down, and see how that works. Fingers crossed. I would like to not cut myself again today. So yesterday I drilled a little bit on the side of my finger, no big deal, but I really did take a slice out of my finger. And I didn't realize it, but I also cut myself here. It was so thin last night I felt, when I was sleeping, I thought I had a splinter or a piece of metal in there, but it's actually another tiny cut. So considering how sharp this stuff is, you know, that's probably par for the course, if not on the positive side. It's really pretty sharp stuff, so you need to be careful. So I'll see you on the flip side over there with the building of our supporting cage mechanism. So at this point, I've got the topmost rim all put together. So it's pretty sturdy. Once I attach it to here, it'll be great. So the way it's made, it can't compress inward. So now I'm just going to do the middle ring, and then I will do some wiring to wire this to the frame, and then I think it'll be super sturdy. So I thought I would show you the connection of one of these, just so we covered the whole thing. So as you remember, I cut these from the small amount of copper from that copper line. And when you do that, sometimes these ends get a little tight and crimped. So to push it back out, I'm using this nail punch. And I just put it in there and really push and ream it out to get them to be accepting of the size of this wire here. Now, to get this to be in place, up here I was able to move these sideways, but this I have to do in place. So one of these has to go all the way on. Come on. Like that. Come on now. This one doesn't have to go all the way on. But the key is the wires are touching. So they're not just haphazardly pushed in there. And then this comes on, and come on now, there we go. And that is strong. I'll do that all the way around. Okay, I have attached the structure to the hood at all 4 places around the larger diameter and 3 of the 4 places in the smaller diameter. So this is the last one. Remember, these are already wired up because these fell off, so I wired it. But anyway, this is not attached to here. So what I'm going to do is show you just the quick little thing that I'm doing to attach that. It's not magic, but probably could be better, it probably could be worse, but it is what it is. This is what I'm doing. So just drill a couple holes either side of the and cut a little piece of wire. Let me show you the wire. By the way, we have to add this to our budget. This is little 18 gauge galvanized steel wire. Just pull out a little bit with my cutters. Then I'm straightening it out just so it goes in a little bit easier. And then fold it in half-ish. And then I lean over from behind and I push it through those holes. Alrighty. This would be easier to do if I was wearing my reading glasses. Perfect. So once through, I give it just a couple twists here, and then I tighten that with my pliers. I don't want to get it too tight because this wire is going to be easy to break. I'll give it a twist or two just to make sure that's tight around that post, or tight-ish. Then I go down around the other post, holding that as tight as I can. Same with the other side. Down, back through, and then I go one more time. Now, I want to get those tighter than what it is. So how I do that is is with these. I use this as a lever. So I'll grab onto the wire, put the back side of this channel lock up against the post that's coming down, and I will give that a quick yankage, which will tighten that up. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, it doesn't take, it's not like you gotta put 800 pounds of pressure on it. Just want to get it tight. Do that one more time. There we go. Then I twist that off. Oops, bummer. I don't know if we can salvage this. Let me try. I was going to tighten it at the end anyway. Oh yeah, good enough. Then find my nippers that I want. 10 snips. Just another twist or two. Okay. I don't know, I wouldn't call it pretty, but I would call it more substantial than it was.